What's up and welcome back to Pro Pels Talk episode 96. It is the home of your ninth place in the Western Conference New Orleans Pelicans, presented to you by Company Burger and Boot Crew Media. Company Burger, located at 4600 Ferret Street, the best burger in the city of New Orleans. Before we get into this podcast, we have an awesome promo code from DraftKings. The NBA playoffs mean next level basketball. Get ready for all the action by betting the play-in tournament with DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the NBA and Boot Crew Media. New customers can bet $5 on any team to win and get $150 in free bets instantly. That's all you got to do. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code BOOT. Bet $5 on any NBA team. Don't do that. Bet them on the Pelicans because they're going to bust the Spurs' ass here in the next week. If they win their play-in tournament game, you get $150 in free bets instantly. That's promo code BOOT at DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Must be 21 years or older. If you or someone you know that has a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLING. Guys, postseason bound New Orleans Pelicans. Before we get into the
let's cheers to that.
We're all
Let's
drinking
cheers
here.
to that.
We all got a cocktail. Like this is
fuck the Lakers. I don't care.
Seriously. I mean, we're joined here with Lito, Five, Steven. Before we get into it, I wanted to talk real quick though about the Brandon Ingram quote that came out today with from Will Guillory. And I think that Brandon's been here since day one. He's been here through the Alvin Gentry bubble bullshit. He's been here through the Stan Van Gundy days. And I don't think that BI gets enough credit. And I know Lito, I know Five have talked about how he's the face of the franchise. And I completely agree. But when you talk about embracing the city of New Orleans, he goes out to Will Guillory last night, says it's been a lot of fun. The last 3 home games have been really, really crazy. The crowd's been into it. They showed me what New Orleans was. And when you play hard and show the city love, they definitely show love back. It felt like a Saints game. And when you hear someone say that, especially like Brandon Ingram, who's quiet and to himself, it kind of just like, I don't know. It just hit me right in the right spot there. And I love that guy. I support him. He's my leader. He's a guy that shows up every day, says the right things. And I'm so happy to see Brandon play in a postseason game and making his postseason debut in a New Orleans Pelican jersey. Five, I'm going to start with you and then Lito and then Steven. Five, what do you let's talk about Brandon because he's been through it all. He's been through it all. He's been through a really bad stretch of bad basketball. And to finally see him on a national stage to show his talents, what's that going to mean to you?
Think about this, man. This man almost he had an issue with blood clots. He almost was told that he couldn't play basketball anymore if it would have went the other way. And then he got a chance, and it was injury and bad basketball, then a coach and another coach. And man, it's cool to see somebody. It feels like he's from the region because things aren't necessarily just given to him. He's had to earn it. He's only 24. That is amazing to even think about. That he's only 24 and he's still figuring it out. But he feels like he's 28. Like mentally, I think he's like 28. I don't know why. I just think he's older than what he is. And I think this is a stepping stone for him. But also, like, he has still so much more room to grow, and he's still so young. That quote, shout out to Will. The editors at The Athletic, you're wrong for taking that quote out. Like, bro, you should have left that in. Like, that's a staple for him to see that. And to compare it to something like a Saints game, to feel that like he finally understands like what that means. I think that's his first glimpse. And it's going to take him. That quote might take him further than anything he does like on the basketball court.
Lito, go ahead.
Talk about first of all, again, Will, shout out to you. But talk about the Athletic missing the mark there. Like, yo, leave that in. Like, let us feel that. Like Five said, BI. The blood clots, what he's been through, the bad basketball with the Lakers. We can't forget that. Like the bad basketball with the Lakers, like that started the downward trend, right? The losing started in LA. We brought him to a playing game. He's gonna taste the postseason with us. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's our guy. I love BI. I don't know what his ceiling is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know I don't know how high he can go, and I think that's the fun part with Brandon. Like what are we watching? Like you're just watching a guy jump leaps and bounds every year. This year it's been defense, it's been more passing. He's been like more efficient from the mid-range area. the threes are going to come around, but the thing with Brandon is like his heart, man. His heart is there. Like he's the leader of this team. Everybody gravitates to him. From what CJ said, from when he got here to one to come here because of that. Like, man, I thank God for BI.
Yeah, Steven.
Yeah.
I
want to
Brandon...
backtrack. Well, hold on 1 second.
Okay.
1 second. So I want to backtrack on things that I have said in the past about Brandon Ingram. And I criticized him in the clutch time situations because, look, be honest, that was the only thing to criticize him about back then. I mean, he didn't have any help around him, really. He was doing everything by himself. He just couldn't come up with a couple shots. And everybody would always ask me, like, oh, well, what do you the knock on him was that. But also at the same time, the way that you heard about him, like constantly being in the gym all the time, just always being in the gym, you knew that he was only going to get better. And to watch it come to fruition, and now he has help around him. I mean, it's just great. And it's just fun to watch him. It seems like he's such a good dude. I mean, you only like to wish success for somebody like that, and especially when he plays on your team. So yeah, but no, it's good to watch. It's really fun to watch, and couldn't be happening to a better person. It seems like. Yeah,
and like he's like the guy that you want to be like. That's not a shot at Zion, but like he's the guy that I want the face to be. And like as you said, like Willie Green had talked about it. What he did in the summer, doing 3 days and trying to get the team together and stuff like that. We didn't find out about that. Like we had known of the workouts, but we didn't find out about 3-a-days and all this different kind of stuff until like a month ago. And that's just who BI is. And it's just nice to see him kind of get the limelight, kind of get the spotlight, and basically take this team to the next level. And I think CJ McCollum has done also just a great job of bringing out BI as well. And there's a question here saying, do you think BI one day could win MVP? Offensively, he's a top 5-10 talent offensively. And as you said, Lito, defensively, he's taken that next step. And 5, a lot of people are tough on BI, and Steven had pointed out too, that people pointed out to clutch time and all these different kind of things. Brandon has gotten better at the game of basketball overall every single year. We've asked him to get better as a shooter. He's gotten better as a shooter. We asked him to get better as a passer. He's gotten better as a passer. We asked him to get better as a defender. He's gotten better as a defender. What else? And we talked about this a couple weeks ago. What else could he possibly get better at?
I mean, we say just be consistent at that. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you stay on the court now? Can you get healthy and stay healthy for 82 games? Maybe not. What? Maybe 75. You know what I'm saying? Like, can we get? Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Does anyone go 82 games anymore?
Probably not. But
yeah, I mean, even healthy.
I think the league needs to cut it down to like 70 games, 35 home, 35 away, and let that be that. But that's another story for another day. If he can stay consistent, stay on the court, stay healthy, then we'll see these numbers jump. And you'll see him in bigger games because the game will slow down and you won't have to, fight back from an injury. And that's the thing I like about him. I think he understands who he is. That's the beautiful part. The great part is he understands that he has so much further to go, and we're really just watching the beginning of it.
I agree. And Lito, you had a text mess. I'm sorry, text, because we text a lot. You had a tweet. I don't know if it was last night or this morning, because I felt like last night and this morning have all converged into one. I haven't really slept much. But you said, and I kind of agree with you, that Willie Green should be coach of the year. Or he should at least
consideration.
Thank you. Consideration. And Lito, we'll get to you, Steven, in a second, but I want you to, why? Why do you think he should?
1 in 13.
Mm-hmm.
1 in 13 to playing ball, to a playing ball team. To, I think at one point we were like top 5 defense or some shit like that. Like I think a couple weeks ago, like we were in the studio and I said, Willie Green makes guys believe. He makes you buy in. He makes you want to play hard for him. I'm looking at the same guys from last year who had Elvin and Stan, and the attitude is just completely different. The the joy around a team is different. It's fucking fun, man.
Yeah.
Like shooting around yesterday before the game in 3-16. The shoot around before the game in Sacramento, where like Najee and GT were just like, you know, having a 3-point contest, and then they fucking ran and everybody was just having fun. I'm like, man, that's what you want to come back to, and that's the reason why, like, I can see like Zion want to come back. I can see that shit. Like, it makes sense. Like, it's the family environment that Griff preached about, but nobody can execute it but Willie.
Steven, was Willie Green the best hire in the offseason?
What? Who else was?
Wait,
no, but seriously, who else was? Like, I mean, like you said, 3-16 to this. Like, what now? Those first 19 games, did we think that? No, no, I don't think we did. But that's the whole thing. It's all honestly. I mean, you hear it from coaches. It's cliche. It's how you finish the year, and it really is. And then you think about, you know, he's a first-time head coach, first time coming into the league. Yeah, he's going to have some growing pains as a coach. He's got a new roster that he's trying to, you know, feel out. What's his rotation going to be? Yeah, it's going to take a couple weeks before they figure that out. Or, you know, how he feels about certain players in certain situations and the scouting of players and just getting into a routine of being a head coach in the NBA, I'm sure, you know, puts a little bit of weight on your shoulders there. So it's the way he settled in and the way, you know, they finished the year. If he's not in consideration for coach of the year, then fuck him.
I agree, but I wanted to. Lito brings up a good point. I brought this up today on the Jordy Holtberg show. Is that you see these guys and they're doing 3-point contests, and they're doing a 3-point competition, and you see the celebration, right? And it just shows you this is before a postseason clinching game. Like this isn't game 35. It just shows you how much fun these guys are having, how loose they are, how much fun they are having, and how they want to play for Willie. And during those 3-16 stretches and the 1-12 start, you know, we could have easily harped on the 1-12, but what did we always continuously say? We said these guys show up. They look like they care. They're just not accustomed to winning yet. And you're gonna learn sooner or later as the season progresses, you're gonna start winning those games. And 5, they've become a lot better. But I wanted to get your opinion on this because Griffin has he's deserved the heat. He's 100% deserved the heat. But he got off Adams and Bledsoe. He got off Van Gundy. Hires Willie Green. Gets CJ McCollum. Gets Jonas Valanciunas. Drafts Herb Jones. Don't even draft Jose Alvarado. Signs Jose Alvarado. Drafts Trey Murphy. Is he starting to change a little bit here?
Hey,
make a big yes.
Listen. We talked about this prior to. Yes and no. He has one move that he has to make. Yeah, that piece that you have to fix. He still has to do that. Yeah, Griff is great at understanding what his mistakes were, and he fixes them immediately. He fires people quick. There's a quick trigger on that. I understand it. Good, great. You understand that? Move on. Find somebody else. And he has. He's making the right moves at every step except one. Now, that's a big step that we're referring to, you know. But
the elephant in the room.
The elephant in the room. But he has to. Like, he has to fix it.
It's not a weight joke. It's not a weight joke.
I know. We can't even talk.
Come on, bro.
We can't even. It's the alcohol. But I'm saying, like, he has to fix that. Like, his career is predicated on fixing that move. And if he does, we'll look at Griff as if, like, he knew what he was talking about. He said all of this. He said it isn't going to be easy. We're going to lose some games. We're not going to be good, and then eventually we will. He wanted to build a family atmosphere. These things have come to fruition. Now you have to fix.
Yeah, fix Zion. Let's just say how it is. I'm with you, Five. We got to fix Zion. I completely agree. And we talked about the interview with his stepdad and all that stuff. We got to see him on the court, okay? And like I completely agree with you. And you know, I'm gonna go Steven first and Lito, but you know, Steven, I think one of his best moves happened a month or two ago, and it was getting CJ McCollum. But a lot of people didn't want to get CJ McCollum.
Who?
And A lot of people thought it was a bad move.
Well, they're wrong. Why are we even going to entertain these people?
Wait,
why would you not want CJ McCollum? Like, why would you entertain the people who don't want CJ McCollum? It's not even give them a platform. It's actually they don't exist because it's stupid. I mean,
people on Twitter have top 5.
What about people on Twitter? You see, this is what I was talking about earlier. This Twitter shit. I hate Twitter. I can't stand it. They give a voice to people who shouldn't have a voice. That's what the internet does. And by all means, look, we're probably the same way. I probably shouldn't be on this podcast right now. I have no qualifications in talking else except talking shit. But also, the other people out there on Twitter, oh my God, they're the worst. They're some of the worst people. And then they hide their burner accounts. It just chaps my ass. They just think that they can say whatever they want and with no repercussions. None at all. No repercussions. We don't want CJ McCollum. Kiss my ass. Get out.
Lito is that was a great rant, Steven. Lito, was CJ McCollum the best move at the trade deadline of any team?
Yeah, by far, like hands down. We don't even have to think about it. Like you talking about. I mean, fuck. Look at what he's doing. Like, look at what he's doing for the team. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, people were playing. They were playing boxing ones on Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram couldn't get a clean look. CJ's opened that shit up. I dare you to come boxing one us. I dare you to throw that weak ass boxing one at us. Hold on, and let me say this one thing. I gotta say this because whoever dude was yesterday that said we'll never work for ESPN, brother, I don't want to fucking work for ESPN.
Wait, let's clear this up. Lito. Somebody came in the YouTube comments yesterday and said he's unsubscribed or he's unsubscribing from the channel because I guess five.
How will we ever recover?
Why are you blaming on me?
What are y'all?
No, I got it. Hold on, I got it. Yo, listen. What he didn't understand was, and what the miscommunication was that we fucking want Zion to play. We were just saying we want the training staff to say that he can go. Like, I understand what his stepdad is saying, but his stepdad don't work for the organization.
Can we stop talking to family members?
Bob, go ahead.
They're going to be biased in a way, of course. Like, this is ridiculous. I'm sorry. I don't think we should be talking to his stepdad. I mean, look at LeVar Ball, how that went. You know, it was just comical the whole time. But I'm sorry.
Who are the qualified people here? You know what I'm saying? That's who we should be talking to. We should be referring to qualified people. There's things in physical therapy to get people back that I will never understand about biology. Like, I won't do it. I won't understand it. So you might as well not tell me. I'm gonna just listen to the doctors. You know, listening to doctors at this point in America, you know how that's going right now. But I'm saying, like, you should just listen to people that are qualified. You know what I'm saying? And I can move forward because I'm not about to do that. I'm not about to waste my time to argue with somebody that went to school for like 10, 12 years. Why am I arguing with them? I don't know no better. Like, I'm just do what they say and I'm gonna keep they got me here. They got me to this point, you know? But again, stop talking to people that don't know what they're talking about. Bro, I'm speaking to his father. You got one person in the NBA. These people have spoke with 50,000 people that have probably worked with the NBA. I'm pretty sure they know more than you do.
Yeah, and listen, I didn't want to talk about it too much, but I do want to end it on this note because the Pelicans had such a good thing going. They still do, but I thought it was very, as you said, Five and Lito, you'll say it was very scheduled. It was very, I felt it was like very rehearsed because the Pelicans have such a good thing going on and Zion's not involved and no one was talking about Zion. So his stepdad was like, well, I got to get in the mix here and say my piece. Listen, we all want to see Zion. We all like Zion. I have no hatred towards Zion Williamson. I love Zion Williamson, especially when he's averaging 26 points and shooting 63% of the field. I fucking love the kid. We just want to hear him. That's it. We just want to hear.
If Zion plays, if a healthy Zion Williamson is playing for the New Orleans Pelicans, we're a top 4 seed.
Top 4, easy.
That's
like,
4 easy.
In the league. Not even the West. I'm talking about in the league.
I'll take the West. I'll take the West.
Let's not get greedy. Make them in the league.
In the fucking league.
Stop pointing at me.
I know. So I didn't, before I was doing the notes, the pre-notes to the show, and I decided to hide a question from y'all. So I want to start with Lito, and then we'll go with Five and Steven. Because it's been a roller coaster season. Okay. It's been a season where you start 1-12, you start 3-16, you get on a run, Zion goes away, you get CJ McCollum. It's literally been a roller coaster. A book should be written about this team, and then you make the play in. But Lito, I'm going to start with you. what do you think the defining moment of this season was? Where do you think switched? Where was the switch?
Wow.
It's a hard question because so many things happened. And you can say, I'll go first and let you think on it because I think, go ahead. You got it?
Can I give you more than one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Benching Garrett Temple.
Nailed it. That's it. We're done. Bye.
Yo, no disrespect. Benching GT, that was huge because benching GT made a way for Jose. It gave Jose minutes. We got a chance to see the Puerto Rican Prince, and he was in 5. That's what. Come on. What do you mean?
Who?
Wait, let him go. Wait, let him go.
We know.
We got a chance to see the fucking Puerto Rican Prince in action. He started. He energized the ball club, man. Who else? Starting Herb, which we really didn't have a choice, but actually, once we put Herb into the lineup, it kind of, we were shorthanded. We were starting GT. You know what I'm saying? And the other thing, putting Jackson Hayes at the 4.
Interesting. That's a good point because they've been really good with Jackson at the 4. And without Zion, that was a big hole. I'm glad you mentioned that, Lito, because when they did put in Jax into the starting lineup, they got on that run. And 5, we're gonna go to you now. What do you think is your most defining moment? I felt like Lito just laid out 4 different occasions.
I actually think it has to be post December. I'm gonna give time frame. Early January, because a run happened between there, and I'm gonna tell you something significant that happened was Brandon got hurt. But something else that happened, Brandon came back early. I think that is the turning point of the season. We rolled off some wins, some losses, but him coming back early told me he wants to be out there. You could tell, we all had this notion it takes him a couple games getting back in rhythm. No, because he wasn't really ready to play. Because if you look at it, his recent injury, and he just came back. He played well from the beginning. Boom, came in. I think he had 26 on 22 minutes. That efficient, because he came back when he was supposed to, not prior to, not before he was supposed to. So I think that time frame told me Brandon wants to be the man. That maybe the Devontae Graham shot, maybe those game winners.
That was
sorry if I took that.
No, that was good. I was gonna get Steven there.
I don't know. Y'all just
I was gonna go with something off the court. And I was gonna go with when CJ McCollum not necessarily called out Zion Williamson, but he had mentioned that Zion never reached out to him. I thought right then and there, I was like, oh fuck, this guy means business. I think that lit a fire under Zion. It lit a fire under the team. And if you remember, it was Saturday All-Star night. CJ McCollum calls him out. I think CJ had been on the team for a week, maybe, if I'm not mistaken. I think CJ was on the team for maybe a week. Calls him out, and we had never had a veteran because BI and those guys are quiet. CJ comes on national TV and was like, yeah, he hasn't reached out to me. And then that started that snowball effect, right? Then JJ Redick calls him out. Then they had the whole shitstorm. And then all of a sudden Zion shows back up. And I felt like getting CJ McCollum, get him on that national stage, as you say, he's the president of the Players Association. It's a big move. And he wanted to be here. So I guess you can combine the CJ trade with CJ being kind of like an adult in the room. If you say he was it's BI's team, but CJ's the leader, if that makes sense.
The CJ trade, we said it about Griff earlier, but the one thing about the CJ trade that happened is that at that point you had to take us seriously. We were no longer something you could play with, because not only is he the president of the Players Association, but like you say, he's the adult in the room. He's level-headed. CJ is a cold, calculated killer. And that shit with calling Zion out, it was exactly that. It was chess. It was
checkers.
We don't play that shit, man. That's some Lakers shit. That's an elementary game.
That's simple game.
Yeah, we don't do that rudimentary shit, man. But you know what I'm saying? No,
but nights over here.
That's what it was. That's what it was. It was a culmination of all of those things. But the CJ trade is like I'm giving that my
And Five, you brought up a point when Devontae hit the game winners at Utah, and I'm blanking. Oh my God, what was the other one? Utah, and he did another one.
Oklahoma City.
Thank you, Oklahoma City. Those were big moments. I didn't necessarily think they were defining moments, but those were big moments. And like, I want to talk about Devontae for a second because we've been very hard on him. Devontae, I thought, showed up last night. In the second half, I thought he showed up. Like, it's okay to give guy a flower. Like, it's okay to be like, you can criticize a guy, but you can also give him his flowers. Like, it's okay.
Because that's life.
Because
that's
like,
a saying.
That's being a professional. Like, I was scared to tweet it last night because I thought he was playing pretty. Like, I thought he was playing pretty good. But Devontae showed up last night, and I wanted to talk pivot now. But before we get into pivoting, brought to you by Company Burger, located 4600 Ferret Street. You like the little segue. The Company Burger player of the game last night was Jackson Hayes. And Steven, I'll start with you here. Jax has really turned a corner. And once again, another guy that this fan base was really, really hard on. And he did not have a good offseason. He did not have a good start to the season. He got benched, DMPs, and then all of a sudden, light switch. Well,
I mean, you think about everybody. Do we really want to take too much weight on that time he spent in the G League? Well, those couple of games, I feel like everybody's blowing that out of proportion. I think it got him to run a little bit, but a lot of people like to credit that. And I tried to do that at first, but no, I think what leaders refer to it. Putting him at the 4. It brings out a whole other aspect of the game. He's so fucking long and so fast. Let him run a little bit. Yeah. Let him spread out, and it's just, you give him that part of his game and then bring in the fact that he's not missing. He's just not missing. So that's going to help out a whole lot. But yeah, it's just they're putting him in the position to succeed, which is another credit to the coaching staff. So it's good. Perfect. They're using him right, and that's what you want to see. That's all you can ask out of a coaching staff.
Yeah, and Five, and I'm going to get Lito's perspective on this too. But what did you see from Jax that you didn't see with Stan Van Gundy or the beginning of the year?
We're going to say this: Jackson has a football background.
Right.
He knows football. Think about it. When he plays defense like this. Like his hands are like this. He doesn't know basketball at the level that an NBA player knows. He just knows highlights. Like he was after dunks. He's after lobs. That's all he wanted to do. Now he's learning basketball. He's learning pick and roll and how to slip and how to catch and finish, how to step back and shoot a 3, or when is it. Like those things take time for a person that just started playing basketball 4 or 5 years ago. Like that's not an enough. Like that is crazy to even think about. Somebody that played basketball 4 or 5 years ago is in the NBA. Like that is not normal. It takes time for people that have been playing basketball their whole lives to understand the NBA game. So It takes time for him. He is not normal. Like he's 7 foot and he's probably the fastest person on the team. Outside of Kira, probably. Also, you brought up Devontae Graham. Devontae, great game. I watched Remy Martin in the national championship game. You played like that when you were at Kansas. If you played like that in the NBA, things would okay, whatever. But again, I just want you to be that. I want you to be the person that I saw at Kansas, because Remy Martin reminded me of that in the national championship game.
You start bringing.
When did Lito? I'm gonna get you in a second. When did you get the pencil in your hand? Are you trying to copy? Are you trying to go with me here?
Oh no, man. My kids do homework right here. You know what I'm saying? You always got something. But yeah,
Lito, go ahead, brother. Lito, go ahead.
So look, to piggyback off the Devontae thing real quick, and then I'm gonna get to Jax. Devontae's a shooter, but the one thing that I've noticed about Devontae is when he puts the ball on the floor and he drives it, opens his whole game up. And the one thing you learn in basketball, like honestly, the start is like, yeah, if you can shoot the ball, like that's cool. But if you get an easy bucket to get you going, like it's downhill from there. So I think that he should start every game aggressively, like trying to get, like maybe not a layup, but like trying to get as close to the goal as he possibly can, right? You know what I'm saying? Like let's start there, and then the whole shit opens up because he got a different kind of bounce when he even like that movie hit on, I think, Caruso when he, oh my god, like I didn't know he had that. Like do that, brother. Jackson is a fucking gazelle. I don't understand. I don't like biologically, physically, he doesn't make sense. But it's fun to watch him because now you're seeing that light bulb flicker. It's flickering, like he sees it. I think there was a play last night where Billy caught the ball, I want to say at the free throw line, and he got doubled, and Jax instinctively like just started to move. He started to cut. He was tiptoeing, like he saw it, and like that was so dope to me to see him like finally. He's like, I fucking understand. Okay, now I go. Like he's timing it.
Can I ask you, who do you think he learned that from? Because I have my answer, and I think you might be surprised of who the answer is. Do y'all have any idea who you think I'm thinking of? There's a guy, he's a rookie, his name's Herbert Jones. Yeah. That is probably one of the best slot cutters in the league as a rookie. And I bet you Jacks have seen slot cut by Herb Jones.
And he get his ass run around in practice, yeah.
But like we talked about this last week, is like, it's crazy we're not talking about Herb Jones anymore because we just expect something out of him every night. Like, it's just like, I already know Herb Jones going into the game. He's not going to hurt us. He's only going to help us. And Herb Jones has been, it's disgusting. What every week, it's a tradition. Every week they come out the NBA rankings and Herb Jones is 7th in the rookie list. And it's disgusting. It's like, yes, I understand that Cade Cunningham's an incredible talent. And Evan Mobley's actually probably the rookie of the year. But Cade Cunningham is only up there because he scores the basketball. He doesn't do anything. Like, Herb Jones affects the game on both ends of the floor. And like, we don't have to talk about Herb Jones because he's been that incredible. But he's probably, if I had to ask you who's like the biggest surprise of the year, it's Herb Jones. It's 100% Herb Jones.
Is it? You called him at the beginning.
Well, yeah,
you said he would be stealing minutes like 3 weeks before the season started. I'll pat you on the back for that one.
Yeah, you never compliment me.
I don't. No, you got it.
I didn't believe.
He told me the first time he brought him up. I forgot that we drafted him. I was like, wait, what? Oh yeah, him. Yeah. Okay.
Man, Herb's is just a special talent. But 5, we had talked about it. It's now, a lot of Laker fans last night were like, well, why are y'all so excited? It's just the 9 seed and this, you have 30 something wins and like, y'all aren't even that good. But what we finally have is a future. We finally have a foundation. We finally have a vision. And that's going to lead to my next point of how important is this Lakers pick? Because I don't think people understand how important the Lakers pick is.
Wait. 5, before you answer that question, can I just on your behalf say one thing and then you go?
Okay. I mean, you have no other choice to say yes, so you have to say it.
So Justin said Lakers fans were asking why we were so excited because fuck you. That's why.
Yes, exactly. We just took your pick.
Listen. We were crushed. We were crushed by the national media, the Los Angeles media, the California media. Hell, you can even say Louisiana media for what happened. You could say that we were told that Anthony Davis leaving was like the downfall of our existence. We were on to Seattle at that point. We lost that trade. We got back Brandon Ingram when you didn't really know what was going on with the blood clots. You got back Josh Hart. They were saying, oh, we were stupid for not getting Kyle Kuzma. Lonzo Ball was the best thing smoking. But yet he was on our team and he was going to ask to leave because his daddy didn't want him down here. Like, there were so many things that were going on. They were killing us because of this. Man, how quickly those tables turn. That pick was supposed to be a 30th pick because the Lakers going to be in the finals. Like, it wasn't even supposed to be this way. Griff, that's why Griff gets a lot of – I'm giving Griff the credit. Like, bro, to see this, nobody saw it. Nobody saw it. Look, Griff stepped on that pick 30 times, bro. Griff stepped on that thing like a bag of heroin. I promise you, bro. I promise you, bro.
This
If
is off the
anybody
rails.
sees
I love
that,
it.
like, that's just an analogy. I have no idea about drugs. What I'm saying.
My
What I'm
friend
saying-
told me.
Well, I watched a lot of documentaries. What I'm saying, Griff sliced this thing up, cut it up, packaged it like he's John Lucas.
It Blue Magic.
Blue magic. Like I've never seen anything like it. How can you sell a pick that many times and it's only one pick and he still might get it back? That's insane. That's insane. Bro, this man is masterful. I will give him that.
I'm going to
Go
say
ahead.
this. I'm going to say
don't
this.
you do it.
Griffin didn't see this coming. Like you said, no one saw this coming. You're going to sit here and tell me when we traded for AD, you thought that they were just going to be bottom of the league? Because I sure the fuck didn't. And if you're going to sit there and lie to me, now I'm going to call you out on it because no one saw this coming. But also at the same time, brilliant. It worked out for you. Scared money don't make money. And that's all I hear. So, yeah.
I'm going to tell you this. Lie to me. Please lie to me. Tell me that you saw this.
Yeah.
Please lie to me.
I ain't see shit like this.
All right, let me get to Lito because speaking of lying, I felt like we were lied for 2.5 years from David Griffin. I felt like we were being lied to, right, Lito? And then now all this is happening.
So listen, we were hard. We were hard on Griff for a reason. He deserved that shit. Like
100%.
he fucked some shit up. Like he set us back, and then he did fix it, but he set us back.
Right.
Like we could have had Willie again. We could have had Willie last year or the year before. You know what I'm saying? But not to. I hate to harp on that, but like it happened. So when you don't do well, like yeah, we talk shit about you, and when you do well, we give you flowers. That's just how the shit works. You know what I'm saying?
That's okay though. That's a good thing. That's what's so great about this right now, Lito. Sorry, go ahead.
No, nothing is wrong with that. But I'll tell you this. Griff, when it comes to maybe signing free agents, is not maybe he doesn't make the best moves. When it comes to trading for players, yo, I don't know what the fuck. He be in his fucking bag. He's over the stove. He's cooking. Like he's got the fucking wrist working.
Hold up. Time out. He's good. I'll give him that. But let's not forget that he traded for Steven Adams and Eric Bledsoe. Okay,
wait, I know, but he fixed it.
I know. I see a lot of raising hands, like we're in spaces right now. Go ahead. Go ahead. Five.
No. I'm all in agreement. I'm just that point that Lito's making is, hey, I'm cool with people making mistakes as long as you can admit that mistake and move on from it.
Yes.
Like those are real people. Those are people like that live here. You know what I'm saying? Like we make mistakes. Move on from it.
And
you
five.
made the mistake and go. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Let me cut you off because that's where I think Griff turned it. Because it could have been really easy to keep Stan Van Gundy. It could have been very easy because he had 3 more years left. He had a lot of money. And he was like, you know what? I fucked up. I got to get off this guy. I fucked up Steven Adams. I got to get off this guy. Fucked up with Eric Bledsoe. Got to get off this guy. He got off them. He did. 100%. He did very well with that. Lito, to your point, you talked about free agency. I think that you could get any GM right now in this city and it would be impossible to sign free agent because it's not a free agency. It's not a destination, as you say, right?
Yeah.
But how does a small market become good? You draft well and you do trades. And right now, David Griffin has drafted. I'm sorry, not David. The front office has drafted well. Probably one of the better draft classes in the entire franchise history with Trey, Herb, and Jose. And Jose wasn't even drafted. And he's traded well. Jonas Valanciunas, Devontae Graham's meh, and then CJ McCollum. But CJ McCollum, trumps the Devontae Graham thing. I don't mind Devontae. I actually like him off the bench. He's just struggling right now, but I don't mind the trade. The Lonzo Ball trade is not talked about enough. He probably could have been a little bit better in that situation.
Yeah, he should have been on that.
But at the same time, I feel like his hand was already made, right? Like I felt like no matter what, Lonzo was going to Chicago, so he was already handcuffed in the first place. I know he tried to move him at the deadline last year, and like they were just like, "I'm going to go to fucking Chicago. It doesn't matter." So
he did get something. Do you think David
Griffin?
Ooh, yippee! Do you think David Griffin would have You would have gave him a little longer leash if he came up with the trusty thing, a catchy thing like they did in Philadelphia, the trust the process thing.
No, bro, I was ready to fuck it. I was ready to fire his ass. I have a tweet like 4 months ago with the Lindsay with Mean Girls, like who wants David Griffin fired when everybody raises their hand. I wanted him out. Like I just wanted him out, but I'll give him his flowers now. Like Griff's been good. Griff's been good. He hit a home run out of Willie Green. Herb Jones is Herb Jones with all in agreement to steal the draft. Is that agreed on?
By far. Yeah.
He's top seven rookie, and he was drafted in the second round. I say so.
Not even close, right?
Yeah.
Easy. I mean, I want y'all to have the floor. I feel like I'm tired. I want to enjoy this. Like, Lito, what does it mean? What does it mean to you? What does it mean to get this 9 seed? What does it mean to start 1-12?
Like I said,
what does it mean?
Like I said on Twitter earlier, if you guys think that like we got to sit a play in and you think I'm gonna be humble, you got me fucked up. Like you've never seen a tweet of mine. Like I've been on the Lakers' ass all day. I've been adding them, like putting them in the dirt. Like we buried them. Like they're fucking out of here. Like back to the projects for you all. Fuck you guys. Thank you for the pick. It means so much, man. You got players in BI who have never touched the postseason or a postseason type environment, right? And like I'm just so happy that he gets to experience that. I'm happy that we're gonna, man, fuck that. Fuck the what ifs. We're gonna beat the Spurs, right? We go get CJ back to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? I tweeted this earlier too. The Pels in the playoffs, we gonna be a dangerous team. We're gonna be a dangerous team. We go surprise a lot of people who haven't seen us since we were 3-15 or 16 or whatever the fuck we were. It's huge for the city, especially if we get this game. Oh man. Just throw a second line right in front of the blender. Just make it happen.
Please, God, make it a playoff. New Orleans is going to show out 5. I want to get to you in a second what this season has meant to you, but we are also sponsored by a battery company. We're going to try to get you a new battery for your smoke alarm so that we can stop hearing the beep in the background. How to get that redid there before we get the.
I got a case of batteries, dude. I have so many batteries. I'll give you one for the smoke alarm and about 6 more for when the other one goes out. Every 30 seconds, it's been just driving me crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy because I can't even hear it.
You know what? Crazy? I don't even know.
That's all I hear. Yeah, because you've been living with it, you psychopath. What are you doing? What are you doing?
What does this season? What does this season mean to you? What does it mean to you?
Man, we started out 1-12, then 3-16. That's we already talked about that part. Brandon's. I want to go to Brandon. Brandon's ability to
make that name up,
get it out the mud. I don't even know what that said. I don't even Brandon's ability to get it out the mud and this team's ability to do the same. That's like the environment that we live in. Like every day of the year, 365, it is really, really tough for us. You know what I'm saying? Like there's not a lot of employment here. Like the price of homes are going up. Like we talk all about that.
Right.
Things aren't always given to us. And to see our team struggle and to overcome those struggles gives us a better appreciation of what we're seeing. I think that's huge. I think that's paramount. Because it resembles us, we can connect to that. Hence why when certain people don't show up or aren't on the team, or we can't connect with that, this we can connect with. You know, people struggling and then overcoming that said struggle to be better and continue to be better and put on. Hence why Brandon is getting those cheers and his team's getting those cheers. Jose Alvarado said it. He said, the city is kind of like me, gritty, grimy, get it out that's how it is. And I think that's where we're connecting to. And eventually other people, that's why they want to come back and be involved because they see the love affair. But man, it's kind of hard to love you when, you were willing to leave. But that's just my point about it. Like, hey, we saw somebody carry us through something. And again, he had help, but he carried us. He got help along the way. And he never said nothing bad about us. He never said he wanted to go somewhere else. He just kept working. I think that's huge.
I'm glad you said that. And Steven, I want to get your thoughts because we've all been a fan of this team when they were the Hornets, right? And we had Dan Dickow and Courtney Alexander. What was it? Eli? I forget that guy. Like we've been through the
Melvin
ringer.
Eli.
There you go, Melvin Eli. Big tractor trailer. We've had them all.
R.I.P.
Big Cat, Jamal McGlure.
Big catch. I'll never forget. We've had some really good teams and we've had some really bad teams. And Steven, we've been through a bad stretch. What is this?
Pause.
What does this mean to you? Listen,
I don't know. It's going to be hard to follow 5 there. He got all philosophical on us and broke it down how it relates to the city. I was just going to be all happy and jovial about it, but no. It like you said, man. It's just been fun to watch. It's a team that started out bad, and who doesn't love an underdog? Right? It's simple. It sounds cliche, but it's true. And especially when you've been doing a podcast about them through the hard times.
It was tough, man.
And hanging out, and going through those years after Chris Paul left when I was buying lower bowl tickets for $7 in front of the B Zanies, back then, and just wanting to jump off the side of the seats. But yeah, no, it's really fun to watch. I'm happy. I mean, like you said, we've said it over and over again. You watch this team, and they just like each other. I don't know. Have we all played sports here growing up? I imagine so. You ever been involved in a shit locker room? It's not. I was
involved in one with you. It was terrible.
Exactly. I don't believe you. We had a good time, but
we got drunk every night. That's why.
But no, so like if you've ever been in a shit locker room, like it's not easy to win. And when you love everybody around you and everything, it's just it's gonna happen. Something good's gonna happen. And you got a bunch of guys that really like being around each other and are also really good at basketball. So good shit's gonna happen. And it's great, man. It's fun to watch. I'm happy. And look, I know how Lito was saying, we're not gonna talk about losing, but win or lose, I mean, this season overall, I mean, from where we started as a fucking win and where we're going for next year, the season's already a win for us, but everything else is just a little lanyap and something extra that's going to make us feel better, even more better about it. More better? Is that right?
No, it's your podcast. Whatever.
Yeah.
No, I'm glad you said that. We're getting some fan questions now. Like 10 more minutes, we're gonna wrap it up. But the team, I want to get my thoughts on this because I've never seen a Pelicans team or a Hornets team be this close with the fan base. And I also saw, you have to shout out Antonio Daniels for taking basically that lead, right? Him and Chris Connor. Chris is the GOAT when Durag Slim, and I know we want to rag on him, fuck that guy, but him and like the community that we have together, right? The spaces, Fod and y'all are in every single night, and Antonio Daniels reaching out to us, and you see CJ McCollum reach out to fans, Larry Nance reach out to fans. The David Fisher thing that happened, that was so cool, right? To get the jersey from Larry Nance, he's been talking. The team is finally connected with the city. That's why this has been so meaningful to me. And I feel like we are part of them and they are part of us. It's like the Saints almost, right? And so I just feel like the Saints really did a nice job of connecting with the city, and I feel like the Pelicans are starting to do that. So we'll get into some fan questions here. Lito, I'm going to let you have this one. Speaking of Durag Slim, I don't know what the fuck this guy's talking about, but you can have it. If you had to use a song to describe 5 Pelicans, who would you pick? And what songs would you choose? And you even dropped a link. Someone even wrote out 5 names.
Hold on.
Songs.
Hold on. I got it. I wrote it down. Hold on.
Oh, wow. You wrote it down.
Oh, you're prepped for this question.
Come on, man. You can't get one over on me, man. I grew up I wasn't born that night. Let's see. Okay. If you had to choose a song to describe the 5 Pelicans, who would you pick and what songs would you choose? Jose Alvarado, Annie Up by MOP, because that song is about stealing and beating people up.
Okay.
Violence.
Let's see. Herb Jones, C Murder featuring Soulja Slim. I Want It, You Got It.
Don't make me have to go in your.
Don't make me have to go in your pocket.
me.
Yeah, Lito, I'm about to hold up, Lito. I'm about to give you a solo layout. Go out, brother. Go out, brother.
Let's see.
I'm gonna pour another one for this.
Bi. We out of the Lakers. Oh no, I'm gonna tell you why. Because we out of the Lakers peril. We got that stench off us. We got that poverty off of us, right? So Bi song is Nas. Hate Me Now.
Mm-hmm.
Because we going to the playoffs.
Hate me now.
Come on. CJ, the president. So at one point, CJ, I equate him to Wayne when everybody left Cash Money, right? It's just him back against the wall, right? CJ's song is Lil Wayne, the intro to the Carter 2. Cash Money, Young Money, motherfuck the other side. Fuck them.
Who's Birdman in that situation?
Oh, you got him there.
Would it be Griff?
Would it be Dame?
No. It would be
because he was still with Birdman. So
he was still with Birdman. That was the only one.
Birdman. Oh, Trey is Birdman in this.
Oh, okay.
Trey,
all right. Well,
I was thought of that. You thought you had. Come on.
Ah.
All right, Zion. I got a Zion song because apparently he's secretly doing 5-on-5 shit. You know what I'm saying? Apparently people are reporting that. Hey! I'm not DeMarcus Cousins, man. I see that shit. I'm not DeMarcus
I was
Cousins.
waiting for you to see that.
Zion's song is BG featuring Mac. Brothers Are in Trouble. So, yeah, that's my
That's
5.
your starting 5.
That's my
I
5.
had to give you that question because Chris is just, he's just trying to dig at you, and I figured I'd give you your platform there. And you know what? That was pretty. I can't believe you wrote down answers. Like you were prepared. Like
I'm
shout out to you.
I was ready. We were all ready.
5 better list too.
Don't say we were all ready. I'm not ready.
Well, 5. I was going to give you your question. I got your question now. 5. It's from Everett Cooper. At the one and only Coop. CJ still underrated, even by us as fans.
Underrated. CJ McCollum.
Yeah, CJ.
Why? We giving Twitter a voice again.
Stop.
Here we go.
Stop. Go ahead, brother.
You're talking about CJ McCollum.
What's he like at Lehigh underrated or
mid? Bro, come on now, dog. We gotta understand who we talking about.
Coming out of high school,
Mr. Like, if you saying, just say you didn't think he was that good. Don't say he underrated. No.
Yeah.
CJ is exactly who I thought he was.
He rated right.
He might be even better, but he underrated. Come on, like bro, this man here is exactly who I think he is. You better know what you're talking about when you say something like that. But you got to watch basketball to see that man do his work. CJ in the mid game, CJ dribbling the ball, pick and roll. Man, that dude was, oh my God, there was some stuff in the Kings game that he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, like the one in the mid post, and it was 1-on-1. He dribbled it back out. It's still scoop. Oh, come on now. What are we watching?
Speaking of which, Zilla. By the way, yeah, Najee's been pretty good.
Hold on.
Okay.
I got a song for Najee. I had a song for Najee. It's 100 shots by Young Dolph, because Najee gonna get his shots off.
Steven, last question before we get out of here. I saved this one specifically for you.
Oh shit!
That's a good one.
You were forming a dodgeball team.
Wow.
Which 5 Pelicans would you take?
Jonas, right out the gates. He's got to throw the ball about 150 miles an hour.
Jonas a killer, man.
Yeah, right through his chest. Who cares? I'm gonna go with Herb. He's got the arms. He can snatch them. Hopefully, he's gonna catch some balls. Jose.
That's
for sure.
Pause. As we would say, pause. Catch some balls. Go ahead.
Yeah, catch balls. Yeah. Anyway. Jose out there. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna take BI in this one. He's a little too long, a little too lanky. He's gonna get hit on one of them limbs. He's not fast.
He's not quick enough.
He's gonna get hit on one of the limbs. Let's see who else would be a good one. What would I have?
I feel like I go with Billy. I feel like Billy's got some hands.
Nah, Billy. No, he doesn't. Billy's gonna get clunked. He's gonna get clunked. He's gonna get in front of a ball and just drop it. It's gonna go right out. So who do I have? I got Jose,
Herb,
and JV so far.
I feel like CJ's the crappy veteran you got to add as a four hole.
He's like the Peter LaFleur of the group. He's like he's leading it. Yeah. He's the Peter LaFleur of the group. And then we got so we'll put CJ out there. And you know what? Who is Zilla talking about? Najee. Najee's on the team just because Zilla had to bring him up earlier. Najee's our wild card. We don't know what's going to happen, but he may shoot about 7 threes and make 6 of them. That's. I mean, we're going to Vegas with that one. We're going. To
that. Okay, 5. Go ahead. One more question. Would you play Zion this season / in the playoffs?
No,
it's not your question. It's
who gives a shit? It's a resounding no. Everyone knows that answer is no. You're not going to bring him back into shape in the playoffs. That's silly. Shut him down. We're going to be a 4 seed.
He's never going to be on ESPN with that kind of attitude, man.
Oh no. Look, as long as Kendrick Perkins is on ESPN, then it's everything sucks. Everything sucks. Paul Pierce and Kendrick Perkins are 2 of the worst people on the planet. And I have a PowerPoint presentation to present to everyone to prove it.
Steven, okay, we got it. 5, go ahead.
Man, you can't bring him back, bro. It was, just fuck it. No, you can't bring him back. That's all you really can say. Like, you can't do that. You lose all your leverage by doing that. If you're the organization, what if he gets hurt? Then you're back at square one. Not until he proves that he's gonna get his body together. The doctors approve. So I don't care how many dunks you do on a video. That doesn't force an organization hand. You shouldn't do that. Even if your dad goes on a radio show that's in Baton Rouge and cries to get you on the court, like, bro, no, you can't do that, bro. You can't do that.
That's 5. Don't forget, he was dunking on a rigged floor, though. It was bouncy. It was a bouncy floor. Were talking about that
for the national championship.
Trust me, stupid.
Someone said it was
again,
a therapy
Twitter. Twitter is the problem.
Someone said it was a therapy floor. That the Pelicans installed a therapy floor. I said, listen, guys, I've been in that practice facility 100 times.
He's 260 pounds and takes off like a rocket ship. Yeah, those floors have a little bit of give.
Yeah. Lito, ask you a question. We're gonna wrap it up. I had to shout out one of our guys, Cheddar Chaz. Chaz is one of the OGs. 5. You talked about we were doing spaces 113, 3 and 16. 112, 3 and 16. Like, Chaz has been there since day one. Lito, and I know Stephen kind of already attested to this question, but is the season already won?
It's one in a sense. It's one in the aspect of we're not supposed to be here from where we started. But like, completely is it one? No, because I think from how we're playing right now, I think we have unfinished business. I think they're looking at it like we're happy we did what we did. We got to where we got, but I think we have more to accomplish. I feel like I truly feel like we'll beat the Spurs, and I truly feel like, I don't know, who do we, Minnesota,
LA.
Minnesota. I don't want to play LA, but I think if we get against Minnesota, I think we could beat the Timberwolves for real. Like, this is not even hyperbole. Like, I think we can beat them.
Yeah, I completely agree. I want to see Minnesota. The Clippers are, getting Norman Powell back. Paul George is back. We just got our ass kicked by 20 the other night. I'd rather see Minnesota,
it was at the end of a
4-game
road trip.
The circumstances weren't the best, but final thoughts. We'll go 5, Steven, and then I'll wrap it
up. Man, this has been a hell of a season, hell of a ride. It's not over, but I'm glad we are where we are. Lito, you said that we weren't supposed to be here. Nah, we were supposed to be here. We was probably supposed to be in a better predicament, and we fell off the face of the earth, but we found our way back. It's good to overcome some things and finally make a foundation and create a foundation for this team. It just shows you how scary we can be, that we have potential, but also we have a now too. You know what I'm saying? People always, people even draft off potential, but we're good now. We can just get better.
Yeah. The goal of every season is to win a championship, right? Are we that team this year? We're not. It'll be good. We're not. But it'll be good to get the experience. But overall, I think that this season is one. Like, it's just, the experience would be nice. It would be great to win. But how this team has come together at the end of the year, it's so promising, and to have a future and to watch that is really great for us as fans, and it's just good for them too, because they see that they're just on an upward, incline. So
yeah,
I can't. This is a great season. It ended up being a great season for us, especially with the trade. Yeah. So
yeah, I completely agree. I think that I wanted to end it with this is that, and I love Schmidt, but Schmidt's more of the tank, right? And I don't like the word tank because we've been a tanking franchise for so long, and it means a lot to the fan base and the players when you're playing meaningful games. That's how you learn how to win. The Pelicans have been playing meaningful games now for 2 months. And 5, we had talked about this earlier. They have learned how to win basketball games. And I think that is the most important thing. Brandon Ingram now knows how to win. CJ McCollum already knows how to win. So it's just those little things. And now Brandon Ingram's going to get to see a postseason game. Herb Jones is going to see a postseason game. Trey Murphy's going to get to see a postseason game. All those different kind of things. Those mean something moving forward. So I already think it's a win. Now we get bonus basketball. Like that is like Wednesday night. I am so excited for next Wednesday. We're going to have the party. We're going to do, a pregame party of the Rusty Nail. We're going to do a watch party of the Rusty Nail. Then if we, win or lose, we're going to do a post-game podcast. We're going to meet all the fans. Like that shit is fun, man. Like our season's not ending Sunday. You know whose season is ending Sunday? The Los Angeles Lakers. Like that's fucking like that sucks.
Suck it.
Right. We're playing. So that's why I'm excited. I think that this has been one of my favorite teams to watch. Obviously, one of my favorite teams to cover. Willie Green's been incredible. David Griffin's been incredible. The players, the coaching staff, the fans, everybody has been truly incredible. Lito, I want you to close it out. Final thought.
Yo, so listen. I like to do two things.
He's rubbing his hands.
I like to do two things. I like to give a eulogy for the Lakers. I like to say that, if we could all bow our heads, dear Father God, Father McCollum, Father Ingram, thank you for bestowing the blessing of winning basketball upon this franchise. We appreciate Griff rescuing Brandon from the jaws of a poverty franchise and bringing him home to the Mecca of basketball here in New Orleans. And furthermore, we would like to thank the Portland Trail Blazers for giving us CJ so we could shit on the Lakers' dreams multiple times. With that being said, before we got out of here, I gotta say this. I see the talk on the timeline. I see how they're trying to change the narrative of y'all excited about a playing game? Like that's what listen to me. Let me fix my computer so y'all can make sure
Oh, wait, let me enlarge you real quick.
Yeah, give him the space.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man.
Am I excited? Am I excited about a playing game? Is a fat baby heavy? Like you fucking right. I'm excited about a playing game. Yeah. You can't take that shit away from me. It's nothing you can say because you bitches at home. It's nothing. Rest in piss. We'll see y'all next season. Like fuck out of here.
Is that it? That's all you got for me?
We keep going. That'll get weird.
Once again, this podcast is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook and Company Burger, located 4600 Ferret Street. By the way, playing games coming in next week. You can use code BOOT. Bet $5 on the Pelicans. They're gonna win $150 in free bet. Man, it's been fun. Steven, Lito.
Are you gonna promote this watch party a little more, or what?
Are we doing here? I kind of did it. I mean, I'm gonna do I had a video promo ready to roll. But
okay. Ruin that.
You just ruined the whole thing. So Wednesday night, watch party. So it's gonna be at the Rusty Nail, Pels 12, Buku Media, Pro Pels Talk, and Durag Slim, Chris Connor coming into the city of New Orleans. Going to be there, Rusty Nail. Pre-game, watch party, podcast after. It's going to be very interesting. I'm going to have a couple cocktails, so it's going to be pretty hard to host a podcast, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Anyways, 5, Lito, Steven, thanks for joining us. Steven, get us out of here.
Kisses.